All right, you're watching The Marketplace. Now, as the business landscape rapidly changes and expands, SMEs are exposed to even greater risks. Only yesterday we were discussing cyber attacks, but that is just one of the risks faced by businesses. Now, despite the increased risks, many SMEs are inadequately equipped with sufficient insurance coverage to keep their businesses afloat should the unfortunate happen. For instance, the Akosobo Dam spillage, we've been talking about it for days now. Now, the need for adequate insurance to help businesses grow and succeed in the region has never been greater. And I'm joined in studio by Stephen Kwatin, who is Vice President of Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana. Thank you so much for joining us on the Joy Business Summit to discuss SME insurance. So how critical is insurance for the SME sector?
Thank you, Daryl. It is very critical. Like you rightly said, SMEs face a lot of risk. They have what you call pure risk, the hazard risks. Mm-hmm. They have operational risk. They have financial risk, and then systemic risks. Systemic risks like the political environment, economy, and all of them. And then they have the operational ones, issues to do with controls, theft, all those ones. And then pure risk, liability, property, and then personnel. So there are some of them you cannot do anything about it. Mm-hmm. You don't manage the economy, so you don't have control over it. But what you have control over is what we call the pure risk, your hazard risk. And these are your properties, your liabilities, and your personnel. So it is in your hand to be able to transfer this risk to people who are well-trained, insurance companies, to be able to provide you with that cover. Because risk is the thing that stops you from achieving your objectives. Whenever disaster strikes, your business comes to ground zero. And for SMEs who struggle to even get capital or have very little capital, it's so critical that they protect the investment that they make in these properties.
So what should businesses be looking out for in deciding on an insurance policy?
Yeah, so the first thing I would say is that insurance is a technical area. You need an expert, you need a broker, somebody like us. That's why we are here as Insurance Brokers Association. When we come to you, we are able to identify the risk that you face, and then we will be able to profile you, get you very competitive, premiums, and place it with insurance companies, and ensure that, most importantly, when disaster strikes, we will be there to walk you through the process and ensure that you get your claim. So people should keep records of the property they have the value, speak to a broker, and the broker will help you to arrange the necessary cover that you need for your business.
Well, speak about claims. I mean, one of the reasons people shy away from insurance is the tedious process when it comes to claims. So what's the way out?
Yeah, so the best way is to speak to a broker. And I tell you that insurance companies are paying claims every day. Millions of Ghana cedis of claims they are paying every day. When they work with us, for us brokers, because we understand, before even the incident happens, we're able to walk you through and tell you what documents you need. A lot of the time, the confusion comes from when insurance companies are asking for documentations to be able to verify the veracity of the claim that you're putting in. So the broker will help you to be able to gather all these processes, and then you go to the insurance company. Let me tell you that they should keep their trust in insurance. They keep paying claims all the time, but you need somebody to help.
Is it true though, the perception that
it's a wrong perception. It's like always people trying to go to court to say, I'm going to defend my case. So if you don't have a lawyer accompanying you, you go to court and then you say the judges are this or that. You understand? But you need a professional, because the thing is that insurance companies can't just get up and say, I'm paying you a claim. The policy that you bought, there are some contractual obligations on your part. So even before the claim happens, you need somebody to guide you to say, okay, I have my shop insured, but do you have a security warranty? There's a security warranty on it. Do you have a security guy to ensure that, when a loss happens, the insurance company will not tell you you're not covered. So they are paying claims all the time. All we need is that you speak to a professional and then study the policy terms, gather all the documentations, put them together, and then you have a claim settled. I tell you, we pay claims every time. Last week I settled $400,000 claim in less than a month. And it's an SME company. They had their factory gutted by fire, and we went through the processes, and the claim was paid.
Just wanted to find out, though, what category of SMEs should be thinking about insurance?
So I'll tell you that everybody within the chain must think about insurance, because as far as you have a property, I know that from the industry perspective, we have not done so well by reaching out to SMEs more than we have done with large corporates, and that is the reason why we are doing this micro insurance and other things. There are micro insurance products now in our market where you can just buy policy for 100 Ghana cedis, 200 Ghana cedis to protect your shop. So I'll tell you that everybody who is into any kind of trade, you must be thinking about insurance. It's one of the surest way of transferring your hazard risk.
All right. My last question is, your role as insurance brokers in increasing the coverage of insurance in the country. First, tell me how you're working towards expanding coverage, because we've been talking about the low penetration rates, and how can you be helped do your work well?
Yeah, so you're very right. So it's one of the reasons why we are doing them is that, for example, for us in this month, we are doing awareness month. We are reaching out to the public. Ghana, we have a large chunk of our citizens or the population in the informal sector. And that's an area where we haven't done well. These days, we are developing technology to be able to reach out to the masses, the market women, people selling in small shops and all of them. These are where the numbers are, but they are the people who don't have insurance cover. So what we are doing is that we are reaching out to them. We want to tell them that, look, no matter how small it is, find a way, speak to a broker, and then the broker will help you to be able to get some cover for your product. We are doing well, and this week we did we hosted an international conference.
It was a major conference where
inclusive.
The talk was about inclusive
Absolutely.
insurance.
We want to tell everybody that, look, whatever affects one SME affects the entire economy. Mm-hmm. When you have more than 70% of our people in the informal sector, it means that when it collapses, Ghana's economy will largely be affected. So we are concerned about that, and we are reaching out to them and encouraging them to buy insurance.
Yeah, I'm just trying to quickly get the headline from that event, because I think there was a target that was set for, was it 2060?
Yes.
You are hoping to do what percentage?
So what we are looking at is that we want to move, especially in the micro sector, we are trying to see at least about 50% of those people who are not covered now. By that time,
isn't that too ambitious? I'm just saying.
It's not, because we are using technology these days to reach out to a lot of them. People can now buy policies through mobile money and other things there. Mm-hmm. We have failed, all of us have failed by not including all these people within the sector. Look at the flood incident that happened, farms that are lost. If you go to Kenya now, averagely people with 2 acres of farm have some agri insurance, which is jointly covered by the state, support from the state, because the premiums can be very high, and the farmers themselves. So with small premium, they're able to insure their farms. And that's where we want to get to as a country, to get a lot more, 50% of the informal sector to come. At least we'll be able to move penetration from the 1% we have now to 3 or 5% by that time. That will be a big achievement for us.
Stephen Kwati, Vice President, IBAC, thank you so much for coming in studio with us for Joy Business Summit, taking a look at SME insurance. Hopefully we'll have you some other time. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dad.
You're watching.